another Killer Planes video.
Down and Dirty. Tips and tricks for keeping your plane out of the shop. Starring Steve's Dirty Hands.
Today, make your aileron tabs, well, Steve-proof.
Behinds are back. That's right. So we're here today to show you a little trick about putting in aileron tab rods, we call them. I call these things aileron tabs. I don't know what they're really called, but the little tabs on the outboard side of your ailerons on a lot of planes. And on a lot of planes, those tabs are really small, like the size that's in front of my fingers now. And those really need to be reinforced, let me tell you. But any one of them can do. As you can imagine, this piece of foam right here is not very strong all by itself. So if you add even the thinnest rod that we have, which is a 1.5 millimeter, which is a little more than a 1/16 of an inch, even this rod is, I'm not exactly sure, but somewhere around 8 times stronger than this. So you'll make it 9 times stronger than it was before, because this is 1 times and this is another 8. So a 2 millimeter rod, tiny bit thicker. I mean, it's a tiny bit thinner than a 1.5, huh? So 2 millimeters even better for this size plane. I would ordinarily probably use it, but we just happen to have these right here. So we got our drill bit, and what you want to do is, we're assuming you have rods drilled into your wingtip like we do. So the rods that we install come all the way out to the wingtip here. So what we need to do is find the tops of those rods so that in a linear fashion, meaning when you're looking from the back here, you want to go above them or below them, but you don't want to hit them. So we put in an aiming pin. So the aiming pin is the point that we want to actually aim this bit at vertically, up and down this way. And then we're going to choose this way by whatever we determine. I think I'm going to aim it pretty much like that into the meat, right? In order to start drilling into foam, we start the hole with a poker rod, right? Which is a sharpened rod. Usually I use one that's about a 3 millimeter, sharpened to a tip. And that gives us something to stick the drill bit in so that it's not flailing all over the place as you try to get it started. So now I'm going to make sure that this is pointed at my aiming pin, right, horizontally, and bring it over where I want to be drilling, pretty much along my panel line, and then drill. That should be good enough for us. So now we cut a rod to fit into this hole. Once again, these are 1.5 millimeter rods that I used today. And we're gonna cut this rod with these babies. These are, what were they made by? South Bend? These are the best thing for cutting carbon fiber rods I've ever used, up to 3.5 millimeter, which is the biggest one we use anyways. These are cable cutters, is what they're known as. And there's our rod. It's now ready to glue in. We're gonna use Gorilla Glue to glue it into the hole. And when it's done, it will keep this thing from snapping off until you've achieved a much greater pressure. Meaning, it's gonna be a lot harder to break. And that's what we love. So, we will see you on the flight line or in the workshop or wherever it is we see you.